time when it's facing political and financial challenges. It's reeling after the U.S., its single largest donor, significantly reduced funding, leaving the organization to manage the fallout on its operations. There'll be a focus on the Middle East, too, with the UN Secretary General once again calling for a two-state solution to end the war in Gaza. It comes as more European nations move toward recognizing Palestinian statehood.
Australia, Canada, and the UK among the nations formally recognizing a Palestinian state Sunday. A mass shooting in Indianapolis early Sunday left at least 2 people dead, 5 others hurt. Indianapolis Police Sergeant William Young spoke with Fox 59 Indianapolis about the incident.
It's certainly heartbreaking. Obviously, you know that we've had a busy night. Our Metro officers have been extremely busy, and we're doing everything that we can to hold those accountable and responsible. But it's also a responsibility as adults to make sure that we act as adults and do everything that we can to keep ourselves safe.
Police say that at least one person of interest was detained. A man's in custody following a shooting at a country club in Nashua, New Hampshire. 1 dead, 2 hurt. Speaking to reporters, New Hampshire Attorney General John Formella says the motive is under investigation.
There's been reports that he made certain statements such as Free Palestine, but based on the evidence we have gathered, Mr. NATO made a number of statements during the event, and we don't have any evidence at this time that would indicate that Mr. NATO was motivated by a hate-based motivation.
The suspect, 23-year-old Hunter Nato, had been a former employee of the club where the shooting took place. I'm Deborah Valentine. This is Fox News.
Chee-hoo! Tamua is coming back to Guam. The UOG Endowment Foundation and Guam Comedy present the return of the comedy sensation, Tamua, with his hit Chee-hoo Tour. 1 night only, Saturday, November 1st at the UOG Calvo Fieldhouse. Tickets are going fast at guamtime.net, so don't wait. Get ready to laugh, celebrate, and shout, Chee-hoo!
Fox Facts. As you listen to music with your headphones during your workout at the gym or during your commute to work, chances are you're using Bluetooth technology to connect to your smartphone. But do you know where the term Bluetooth came from? It originated from 10th century Viking king Harald Bluetooth Gormson, who united Denmark with Norway. He likely had a dead tooth that appeared black or blue, which prompted the nickname. The technology's creators chose this name during its development as a code name. They researched unifying different communication protocols and devices, much like King Bluetooth united people. When the technology was introduced in the late 90s, the name Bluetooth was officially adopted. Even the technology's logo is a combination of the Nordic letters H and B for Harold and Bluetooth. Much like the king who brought people together, Bluetooth technology provides seamless communication between various devices. Matt Murphy, Fox News.
Listen to The Point anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Find your favorite stations like The Point and discover more. Music stations, local and trusted news sources, sports talk and team coverage, plus today's biggest podcasts. Find it all on the Odyssey app. AUDACY.
The time is 1800 hours and 7 minutes. Veterans with Benefits with your hosts, Anthony Tyron and Corinna Ballista.
Half a day. Welcome back. As always, we want to start by thanking our sponsors, Ambrose Inc., Habsaba Family Medical Clinic, 11Z's. I think I got the, what did I get? Oh, Miss Grace made me the red raspberry iced tea. They're offering 11% discount for veterans and active duty. Then also, HMI, the veteran nonprofit organization that Anthony and I are a part of. And then Master Blasters for all your blasting needs. American Legion Post 1. Don't forget to visit them on the second Saturday for Steak Day. JTC Services, a veteran-owned business, the most services. Rob Jackson, another veteran-owned business. Domino's. Nobody knows like Domino's. Dane Tyson over there?
Yes, thank you, Dane, for always supporting us. We need to come see you. I keep saying that. You're not looking for me, Dane.
I wonder, I don't know what he looks like because I was there. And
He
I
looks
said,
like a veteran.
Hey, is this, are you Dane? Yeah, and I meant to ask. And then Talu Eats offering 10% discount for veterans. And my favorite part, Veteran of the Week.
Did you send me the thing to push out?
No. I think I'll send it to you now. Okay, sorry. I meant to send Anthony something. Okay. So Veteran of the Week, Sergeant James, I don't know how to say this name, Ugal Gaskin. Sergeant James Ugal Gaskin honorably served the United States Army, regular Army, as a combat engineer. He entered active duty through the Armed Forces Entrance and Examination Station. I always wondered what it was called. Now I know what it is. In Guam on August 28, 1983, and faithfully completed his enlistment, separating on February 2nd, 1987, after 3 years and 9 months of active service. His last duty assignment was Company D, 317th Engineer Battalion, under U.S. Army South. Following his release from active duty, he was transferred to the U.S. Army Reserve Control Group, located in St. Louis, Missouri. During his time in service, he distinguished himself through hard work, discipline, and commitment to mission readiness. His commendations include Army Service Ribbon, Army Good Conduct Medal, Overseas Service Ribbon, Rifle M16 Qualification Sharpshooter, Hand Grenade Qualification Marksman. These awards reflect his dedication, proficiency in marksmanship, and recognition of honorable and faithful service. While in active duty, Sergeant Gaskin trained extensively in combat engineering operations, constructing defensive positions, employing demolitions, and supporting mobility for combat units. Following separation, Sergeant Gaskin returned home to Agate, Guam, where he continues to represent the values of Army service. He remains proud of his contributions as a combat engineer and of the friendships and camaraderie forged during his Army career. Let us thank him for his service, Sergeant James Gaskin, Veteran of the Week.
Congratulations.
All right.
Be sure you go to Domino's and get your pizza. Talk to Dean. If you don't want your pizza, give it to me. I will eat it.
He says that every week, guys, but if you really want to give him your pizza.
Nobody gives me their pizza.
Okay, so we are moving on to Tip of the Week. So as a veteran nonprofit organization that Anthony and I are part of, we speak to a lot of veterans, and we get questions from them all the time. So the most recent question is, what are the benefits available for veterans facing terminal illness through the Department of Veteran Affairs? Number 1, expedited VA disability claims and appeals. So veterans with a terminal diagnosis are placed on a priority processing track. Their claims for service connection, increased rating, or dependency indemnity compensation for survivors are fast-tracked. Evidence requirements may be relaxed. A doctor's statement confirming terminal illness is usually sufficient to qualify for priority. The next one is VA health care, hospice care, comprehensive health care through the VA medical system, including treatment for both service-connected and non-service-connected conditions. Hospice care is covered under the VA, Title 38 CFR Part 17, Subpart F, either in VA facilities, at home, or in community nursing homes. Palliative care teams help manage pain, symptoms, and emotional support, often involving the veteran's family. Home-based primary care is available when veterans can't travel to facilities. The next one is long-term care and home community support, nursing home care, community living centers, adult day health care, and respite care for caregivers. Homemaker and home health aid programs provide an in-home assistance with daily living. Aid and attendance pension benefit may be available if veterans need help with bathing, dressing, feeding, or are housebound. The next one is financial assistance and compensation. Monthly VA disability compensation continues with expedited approval if claim is pending. Veterans with service-connected terminal illness may qualify for special monthly compensation if conditions severely limit mobility, independence, or require caregiver assistance. For non-service-connected terminally ill veterans with low income, the VA pension can provide monthly financial support. The next one is survivor and family benefits, dependency and indemnity compensation. This is paid to surviving spouses, children, if the veteran passes away from a service-connected condition. Then CHAMP VA health coverage. Survivors may qualify for health care coverage through the Civilian Health and Medical Program of the VA. That's what CHAMP VA stands for. Then burial benefits. Free burial in a national cemetery, a headstone marker, flag, and presidential memorial certificate are provided. Other support, travel reimbursement for medical appointments, VRNE, Veteran Readiness and Employment Counseling, can be extended to dependents in certain cases. And caregiver support. Family caregivers may receive training, respite care, and even stipends through the VA's Program of Comprehensive Assistance for Family Caregivers. So just key takeaway from the question is, if a veteran has a terminal illness, the VA prioritizes their claims and ensure they receive timely health care, hospice, financial assistance, and family support. The goal is to reduce burdens, speed up benefits, and provide dignity and comfort in the end-of-life care. So I think in a perfect world, I hope that works for a family that is dealing with the veteran that has a terminal illness. And then our next thing, Anthony, did you wait? Yes, so I did Veteran of the Week and then Tip of the Week, and then did you want to say hello?
Yes, I wanted to say hello to Knox and Aaliyah and to my mom.
All right.
Then we're also going to be having a birthday this Saturday. Somebody's going to be 18 years old again. So
Again?
yes, again, 18 a second time.
Really? That's all?
Yes, and her name is Karina. So for all you veterans out there, you know, when you get to see her, wish her a happy birthday.
Oh,
Happy birthday anniversary.
oh, thank you. I share the birthday with my sister, my baby sister, and her husband. So happy birthday to Juliana and Lorenzo Taitsino. Juliana Taitsino, he's going to be mad. And Lorenzo McCord, because we all share our birthdays. It's funny story. But thank you.
All right. Did we get everything out of the way now?
No.
No? Oh,
So before do we have a call?
Yes,
we do have a
Miss
call.
Wendy on there.
I guess we'll let Miss Wendy take it away. We
Okay.
can add Miss Wendy to the call.
Hello.
Hi.
Can you hear us okay?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Yes, we can.
we can hear you.
So
Hi.
tell us a little bit about yourself, ma'am. You've been on Guam 50 times.
Nice to hear your voices again tonight. So my name is Wendy Schwartz. I am the Community Engagement and Partnerships Coordinator with the Department of Veterans Affairs, the VA Pacific Island Healthcare System. And I wanted to come on tonight. Thank you so much for letting me join you and just talk a little bit about September being Suicide Prevention Awareness Month, and how this month, and especially anytime, it's important for us to talk about mental health, suicide prevention, and the resources that are available to veteran service members and their families on the island of Guam.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I just wanted you to know that I gave away more of those gun locks that you and the De Beers team were able to provide us,
Yes.
and our veterans love
Awesome.
them.
And his requirement is to
some
take a
pictures.
picture.
Yes, I saw some of those pictures that you guys sent me, which I really appreciate, and it's just an example of one of the things that we try to work with our communities on in suicide prevention. You know, the importance of securing firearms.
Awesome. And you say that's one of the programs that we're using to help to prevent some suicide attempts. Is that correct?
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
You know, safely storing firearms are important overall to create safer homes.
Yes.
But also when somebody is struggling with suicide, right, that's not a time when access to a firearm is something that we just really want to talk about, the importance of safely storing the firearm to prevent suicide and to limit access during those times when somebody is struggling.
Awesome. And as you've provided, we've done our part to continue to get that out to our veterans and those within their homes as well. So thank you for that.
Yeah. Yeah, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about also the Veterans Crisis Line and the number 988, which is one of the most important resources for our communities. So anybody can dial 988 anytime, day or night. If you're calling on the island of Guam, your call will be answered by individuals from Guam Behavioral Health and Wellness Center, available 24/7. If you choose to press 1 after you call 988, it'll connect you to the Veterans Crisis Line, where you'll talk with a caring responder who's often a fellow veteran, who understands what it's like to have served in the military and some of the unique challenges that veterans face. And those individuals can provide immediate support and help connect you to ongoing care.
Very good. And usually when they call 988 from Guam, does it directly go to somebody on Guam?
It does, yeah. So if you're on Guam and you call 988, the number would get connected to Guam Behavioral Health and Wellness Center. But when you call, there's a kind of a recording that comes on that says, if you're a service member, veteran, or family member of a service member or a veteran, then please press 1, in which case you'd get transferred to the Veterans Crisis Line, which is not located on Guam, but is staffed by individuals from the Department of Veterans Affairs.
Okay. And I think our veterans had a question about that. It was actually Charlie at our last Veterans Task Force.
Mm-hmm. I think Bob explained it.
Yes.
I think Bob explained it about what you just explained, Wendy. And then I think he called into our show last week, and he also repeated it for our listeners on when you dial 988. Mm-hmm.
Oh, awesome. Great. Thanks, Bob.
Okay. And what other programs do you have or things that you can share with us about, events that might be going on this month?
Yeah, I know that there was some outreach things that happened earlier in the month to kind of promote the importance of decreasing stigma in our communities and really opening up this conversation to make it something that people can talk about, just in the same way that we talk about, other things that are happening with us, our physical health, and just really be able to normalize this conversation, which is something that you all do every day in the work that you do in helping veterans access benefits that they've earned. Sometimes that's really helping individuals access life-saving care, maybe access to health care, as well as financial benefits, which can really be life-saving for people. So, everybody, we all have a role to play in preventing suicide, and some of that is done through the work that you all do in helping veterans access their benefits, but also in the community that you create for veterans, really based off this peer aspect of helping veterans by veterans, right? This importance of the shared experience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and what we've learned is a lot of these veterans will come to the chatting with a coach, and a lot of times they're just doing it to meet other veterans, spend some time, right. And sometimes they bring, goodies for everyone, and it's just like you said, it's community, right? And they're giving back to some extent, and then having, people that they're familiar with who are veterans actually be around and, just taking care of each other. So even just the ability to come there and talk to a veteran was something that we learned a couple of weeks ago. So, yeah, that is awesome.
It is. It's such a powerful thing to be able to connect with somebody else. And sometimes just that is kind of a crucial piece for people when it comes to knowing that they're not alone, right? That somebody's there who cares, that there's somewhere that they can go, somebody to talk to, which is so important.
Now, are there anything new coming down from, Big VA to talk about the same things that we're doing, or something we can highlight for this month? Anything new, like how's the? I think they were doing some work with mushrooms at one time. Has that developed at all, or no?
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't have any information about that specifically on Guam. I know that I'm aware of that as well. There was some work that was happening at some VA facilities throughout the country, but I don't have any specific information about that. That's something I could look into, though, and I could come back on another time, and maybe we could, have another conversation. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. Now, I know we're talking about suicide awareness and the month. Is there anything else you'd like for us to share with the veterans or just the folks here on Guam?
Just the importance of, knowing 988, right? Just knowing that number. The importance of checking in on veterans in your life. A phone call, a visit, even a text can remind somebody that they're not alone, right? That when we think of somebody, we check in on them, let them know that we're thinking about them. And then knowing the signs of suicide, right? If somebody that we love or that we care about is talking about feeling hopeless, withdrawing from others, feeling like a burden, it's important that we take these things seriously and that we connect people to help. And then the other thing is just the importance of community, the things that you all are helping to create, which is so crucial to connect people to, of course, community, but also to really crucial resources. So thank you. I appreciate some of your time.
Well, thank you for calling, Wendy. Next week, we're going to have a team on from Anderson, their mental health team. So I think they've been on, the past 2
years.
Yes. Well, I mean, we're only a year, but they've been on a few times, and so if you can listen in and hear what they have to say, these are the active duty mental health professionals. Thank you for calling in.
Thanks so much.
Okay.
Yes, thank you. Talk to you guys soon.
We'll see you when you come to Guam again. When are you coming back?
Yes. I will be back right around Veterans Day.
Oh, yes, that's right. You're going to stay for our gala, I hope.
I would love to be there for that.
I hope. Okay. Thank you, Wendy. Have a good night.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. I'll talk to you soon.
Yes.
Okay.
Thanks for everything you do.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, let us read some of the comments online. Brendan Fausto, good evening, brethren, veteran warfighters. Oh, he's saying that too, Jose. Ellen Chargaloff, good evening, HMI. Kenneth Paulino, good evening, Biba HMI, the best team. Twice he said that. Bunker Meno, Hafade Tautaguahan.
What's up, Primo?
And then Ken Polino said again, HMI, the best team on Guam. And then Brendan Fausto, yes, thumbs up indeed. U.S. flag, Guam flag, and a salute. Charlie Hermosa, Semper Fi, guys. Always great seeing you guys. Oh, thanks, Charlie.
Yeah.
And then I said Hafade veterans, and Brendan Fausto said, at Karina, happy early blessed birthday. Enjoy your special day. I will. Thank you so much. I guess we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back. You're listening to Veterans with Benefits. On The Point, you can call into 671-888-TALK. We'll be right back.
Every company needs money for investments to help grow or working capital to take on today's economy. That's why Bank Pacific's commercial loan officers stand ready to help you. We offer several programs tailored to assist companies to get to the next step or perhaps for a startup, including working with SBA and GITA. Bank Pacific. And we want to be your partner. Equal opportunity lender. Credit conditions apply.
Choice Broadcasting and Micronesia Mall present the 2025 Lifestyle and Home Expo. Spend your Saturday, October 18th, strolling our neighborhood of booths. Join us in the center court from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and find guidance on how to buy a home, tailor it to your lifestyle, and maintain it. And stick around for a chance to win a round-trip ticket to any Southeast Asia destination that Philippine Airlines flies via Manila, courtesy of Goodwin Travel and Tour, agent for Philippine Airlines. Make your way around to each sponsor booth Booth, Guam Power Authority, Hafaday Realty, Coast 360, Sherwin-Williams, Island Color and Copy, Security Title, Alpha Insurers, Top End Pest Control, Philippine Airlines, Black Widow Cleaning, Brengen LLC, and more. Saturday, October 18th. We'll see you in the center court of the Micronesia Mall for the Choice Lifestyle and Home Expo 2025.
My family and I trust Take Care. We have access to the largest offering of free fitness classes and health education programs. Our membership also includes the high-quality credentialed network of on- and off-island healthcare providers and the one-stop FHP Health Center and Urgent Care, fully accredited by the Accreditation Association of Ambulatory Healthcare. We trust Take Care. So should you. Go to takecareasia.com for more information. Take Care. Our island, your health plan.
And we're back.
Here we go.
We're having so much fun during break, and we like the music, Jose. Thank you so much. I don't know if we thank you enough, Jose, but I think one of the guys here knows you.
Oh, hey. You can do it again, though. Anytime.
Thank you.
You guys are the ones who deserve all the credit.
Oh, thank you. Did you want to introduce our guests?
Folks that need no introduction.
Oh, gosh.
I usually say that. Well, we'll go ahead and start on this side, and you go ahead and tell us who you are, and then we'll go down the row.
Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is Ruel Drillon. Everybody in the community knows me as Ru, and I am the acting director for the Department of Integrated Services for Individuals with Disabilities, or DISID for short.
Awesome. Welcome.
And my name is Vivian Valdez. I'm from DISID, DSS, Division of Support Services, and I am the program coordinator.
Awesome. Welcome.
Yes, and my name is William Kando. You can call me Willie, and I'm here representing one of the two divisions under DISID, and that's the Division of Vocational Rehabilitation. So I make a shout out to the director, the designated state unit director of the VR state, who directs the operations of the VR state program, and that would be Jojo Cameron.
All
so
right.
Shout out to him. He might even call in. You never know.
Really?
Does he know the number?
I didn't give it to him.
You want me to just repeat it for him if he's listening? 671-888-TALK, so 8255. Yes, Jose?
And
8255?
Yeah. And also, we were talking earlier with these fine folks, and their programs are programs that can help our veterans. And not just that, we just discovered another veteran. So Willie is a veteran, and it's really great that we get to talk and share things, and then it's great to have a veteran in your team, especially for your programs, because he gets to take a look at things and say, hey, why can't this work for us, or why does this work for us, and so like with DISID, right, one of the things we initially spoke about with Michelle and Stacy had to do with the count, right? And they made me aware of a count that was going on with individuals with disabilities and the 911. They were putting a program together to kind of track this down with the mayor's offices and everything. And that would have been a great program for us to kind of ride on to kind of get the count for our veterans, right? Because locally we have a count. And we have different places that are doing counts, but we don't actually get them all together to know what's the real number. And, most especially from our government of Guam side of the house, right? If we can get a good number, and then we can cross-reference it somehow. Now, AI is coming around. Do you guys use AI at the office yet?
We do. On the VR side, we recently are engaged in a pilot project under the federal government. Rehabilitation Services Administration said, hey, we want Guam to be the pilot for the nation to set up a case management system called Case Amplify. So it's powered by AI. So basically our VR counselors could talk into the computer system, the case management system, and automated in an automated fashion, case summary would come up, all the information about the particular client will be already in that system.
Man, is that something we can work with you on? Could we ride on that system with you guys somehow?
It's very specific to the state VR programs throughout the nation. So right now it's only a pilot project. In preparing this company.
I heard of Copilot.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out how to use that, actually.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
That's the big M.
But what's really great, right, is the fact that, I just brought that up just to see, right? And look at, they're already doing that. And that could be something, once you start really working that out, right, that is a piece that, since it falls under VRE, right? Voc Rehab.
Vocational Rehabilitation Administration, VR is our
VR, on your
yes,
end.
VR.
And, most of our veterans kind of fall into that part of your program, right? So that could be another area where we could be tracking our veterans. So, man, that's great.
Well, as far as the veterans are not necessarily part of our program because their primary program under the VA is the Veterans of Readiness and Employment Program.
Right.
So that's their go-to. If for some reason they don't qualify for that program, or it's determined they may qualify with at least 10% disability, but under that program it's determined that it's not a disability that's impeding their employment. And so they could potentially be, as long as they're referred by a federal counselor on their side to us,
right?
We could take them in and determine eligibility on our side.
And we talked about that before we came here, and you said you guys have comparable service. Is that what it's called?
Yes. Some of our services under the VR state program, and when I say state, of course I mean Guam.
Right. Yes.
That's Guam. So we have a state VR program. Some of our services are job search assistance, counseling. We talked earlier about self-employment support. We
yes.
could potentially support somebody to start their own business, and telecommuting opportunities. Some of these are very comparable to the VR&E program on the VA side.
Yes.
They have a long list of services that they provide. They're very comparable.
And one of the things you said we needed was a referral. Is that correct?
In order for us to consider a veteran, we need some kind of referral from a federal counselor on the VA side, saying, yeah, we've taken this person in. They may have a disability, but not necessarily impeding their employment. And so something saying that they're referred to us and why.
Okay, and that's usually when, for example, the VA might have difficulty placing them in a program or not having them meet the requirements for the VA program. Is that correct?
So are you already working with Ms. Letitia Ford at the VA office in Teton?
Not as much as we are going to in the future going forward, because that's why we're on programs like this to get the word out.
Very good.
And we're not only interested in the veterans themselves, but potentially their spouses, their significant other, their children.
Right.
If they have a disability that is an impediment to employment, because our goal in the VR program is to help them find employment. That's the ultimate goal.
You know, Willie, I knew I liked DISIT, right? I did. But now that you brought this program,
you really like DISIT now.
I really like DISIT.
No, you don't like. You love it.
I love it. And you know, it's awesome, right? Because, you know, when I first started approaching, and I think we talked about this, and you're a veteran too, right? And most veterans, right, they don't think they have disabilities, right? They're like, no, I'm strong. Yeah, my legs hurt or my back's hurt, but I don't have a disability. I'm not disabled, right? But the program that we're applying for when we apply for compensation is disability. And once they start realizing it, right, then we start figuring, hey, wait a minute, there's DISIT, right? DISIT is the local or state side that provides services. And man, you guys are, again, when I first started out, I said, I think these guys can help us, right? It's just we don't come to you guys. And, you know, having you guys at our symposium, right? I think we couldn't even get Rue off the stage, right? All the veterans, what about this?
I took
what
2
about
hours.
Well, no, but was it no? But we were fine on time.
Yeah.
But I don't think you were one of the presenters that was holding up the really delicious lunch from.
I was
Dugout.
not one of those.
No worries.
But just the whole programs that you guys have and the ability now, now our veterans, you know, if they're getting a difficult time on the big VA side, right, or the federal side, we now know that there is help on the local side or state side, and we got to look at that, and we'd love to really share these services and programs that you guys have, and you know, what should our veterans do if they're interested in something like this? Do they call a specific number or person?
Yes. So actually, Willie works for one of 2 divisions for DISID. We probably should have started off with that so as not to confuse our listening audience. But so Willie and his team are under the Division of Vocational Rehabilitation, right?
Yes.
Okay, there's another division which Vivian oversees, is the Division of Support Services. And these are services that are everything else except employment. I guess in just plain terms, the easiest way to think about it is anything not related to employment, right? And so some of the programs that are available through the Division of Support Services are programs such as in-home care services.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So we have an in-home care service which also provides or allows for family members to take care of their loved ones.
Oh, yes.
And this is on a stipend-based program, right?
Wow.
So we do issue a stipend, $20 an hour. I'm not sure if I should say it on the radio, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Yes.
Oh yes, I think I sent the flyer to Jose. Yeah, but you can start talking about it. I think Jose can pull it up for us. But you talk about the program?
Sure. So when we launched this program about, I would say maybe 15 months ago.
Oh, wow.
It was originally intended to allow individuals who are compassionate, who have experience in caregiving, to provide caregiving services to individuals with disabilities. But probably a month into providing that, you know, we started to hear from family members and saying, well, can family members participate in this? And so when we look at support services, you know, one of the big goals of support services is to keep the family strong. And so we expanded the program so that it now allows for family members who are caring for their loved ones, as well as non-family members who are just compassionate and who love to do the work, to allow them to work with clients. This program has been incredibly successful. It is something that the administration has just really gotten behind, and it's something that's necessary.
Yes.
The thing about this program is that it's not age specific, right?
Okay.
Because even though the concentrated population of persons with disabilities in terms of those that don't receive as much services are adults 18 to 59, but we recognize that people over 59
still
are also individuals with disabilities. I mean, aging in some sense is a disability, right? Or going towards disability. And so today, this program has really been really a framework around a lot of the programs that we start to develop. This program was designed initially because we've surveyed the population, and we said, you know, of all the services that you need, and it didn't matter if you were a veteran, just the population in general, what would be the #1 program that could serve you and your loved ones? And by a long shot, it was in-home care services. And so through that, we've been able to develop this program. The support services also launched in February of this year, Guam's very first, and let me repeat that because I love saying that, Guam's very first adult day center for individuals with disabilities between the ages of 18 to 59. So this is not to be confused with the excellent work for the adult day centers for the Manamku that we have, right, and the dementia. But this is for that population that really needs our, that have the less services but who require us services. And so we launched that in collaboration and in partnership with the Mayor's Council of Guam.
Awesome.
So we opened up the Central Adult Day Center, which is hosted out of Agana Heights. And what the Adult Day Center does is that it focuses on the social and the recreational dimensions of well-being.
Yes.
And the great thing about that, earlier we spoke about, assistance with activities for daily living, is that you could take some of those activities and incorporate that into the Adult Day Center. So it really is a program that's, again, very successful. This was something I believe that the administration wanted to launch years ago, and the timing was right. Our partnerships were right at the moment. And this is so successful that we are going to open up one in the South in due time, shortly, right? So we're going through the paperwork there. And the goal is to expand it across the island, right? Because not everybody lives gatsing in the central area of Guam.
Or the northern.
Or the northern, like Peru lives in the southern part of Guam. Anyway, and then also this year we launched Guam's first adult diaper bank. So that's another program that we, through the generous initial donation from nonprofit organizations like the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and then now through the Guam Bicol Association, who have agreed to be the primary donors and supporters of the adult diaper program, which includes adult pull-ups, adult diapers, the tape-on type, as well as bed liners.
Oh, wow.
Right, and that, again, is open to those who need it, right?
Who need it, okay.
And I have to say, we're not a fountain of diapers. We don't have one of those chutes that come down and just continue filling the room full of diapers. But we recognize it's a need, and so we launched that as well this year. And of course, DISID support services. DISID in general is, when it was created, it was done through public law by then Senator Lulian Guerrero.
Oh, wow!
How about that, right? Exactly. And so now, she's our governor, and it was created to be the first point of entry for services. So I like that framework because anyone who tries to navigate for services for disabilities, including veterans.
Exactly.
I know, I have a son who has a disability as well, right? Military-related disability, service-related. You can go all over the island, and there are other barriers. There's transportation barriers, traffic, weather, all these things, right? And so the idea that DISID would be that first point of entry is really important. So it's your one stop, right? You come in and let us help you find the program. And, we have amazing partners in health and human services, Guam Behavioral Health, Department of Public Health and Social Services, DOA. All the government agencies have just really been great partners with DISID to, at the end of the day, just to move the bar for services.
Right. And that is great, right? And again, right, I knew you guys had all these things. Yeah. And I knew I liked you guys, but now I love you guys.
God, that's so good to know.
So I have a question because, it's a veteran. We're going to take a break. I'll ask you the question after the break.
You bet.
So you're listening to us on The Point, Veterans with Benefits. You can call into 671-888-TALK. We'll be right back.
Now,
Hafa Day Guam. Landon Idlet here from the National Weather Service and with the Guam Power Authority. National Preparedness Month is here, and preparedness starts at home. Does your preparedness kit have water, food, flashlights, first aid, Spam, and some snacks for the kids? Great! Now lend a hand, check in with a neighbor, especially our Banamku, and make sure their kit is ready too. Preparedness is for the family, and it starts at home. NWS and GPA preparing Guam together. For more tips, visit ghs.guam.gov and follow GPA on Facebook and on Instagram.
Have you tried all 19 Subway Series sandwiches? All crafted to crave, the Subway Series celebrates Subway's over 60 years of expertise in sandwich making. From flavorful cheesesteaks and chicken subs to delicious Italianos, mouth-watering clubs, and the high-protein deli heroes, the Subway Series delivers maximum crave factor with a perfect combination of choice meats, cheeses, fresh and hand-sliced veggies, freshly baked breads, and signature sauces. The Subway Series is curated from hundreds of chef-inspired recipes to earn a coveted spot on the Subway Series menu. Get what you're craving for today at Subway. You gotta refresh to be fresh.
And we're back. So I just wanted to touch on a few things before we continued with you, because if we don't touch on these few things, we're not going to get to it. So for those listening, if you have family members resting at the Veteran Cemetery here in Guam, there's a national fundraising event called Reach Across America. And you can just go to wreathsacrossamerica.org and you could search for Guam. And there are different nonprofit organizations that are fundraising. So I'm not sure how much they were. I think last year they were $17 a wreath, and then $5 goes to the organization that you choose to support. So HMI is one of them. So our organization receives $5 for every wreath that is purchased. So if you have a loved one resting at another cemetery, you can coordinate to pick up the wreath on December 13 and then take it over there to their resting place. Then our next one is we are selling the Wounded Warrior shirts. This is the 15th anniversary of the Wounded Warrior Ride. They do a poker run throughout the day, and the money gets donated and it stays on Guam. Money gets donated and it stays on Guam and donated to different veteran organizations. Then we have our Boot Camp 46 in Tumuning Mayor's Office. And one thing I didn't talk about is we attended the Guam Defense Forum last week.
Oh, yeah.
And that was really insightful and interesting. There's so many changes happening. It's about to happen for Guam. It's happening already. And I think we do need to talk about that. Maybe in a different show, talk about the different changes that are coming,
and I think we need
impacts veterans.
Yeah, we need to get the DISIT folks online too with that. And I'm sure the governor and the folks down there at the front office are looking at that, because when we start asking for funding, right, we need to be asking for funding for DISIT, but also for veterans as well. So, we're going to be experiencing a large influx of different types of folks, and we will inherit them into our community. So by virtue of that happening, we want to make sure that funding comes with that, or at least we're prepared for that.
That's right, and I'm happy to say that at that forum, Vivian was there.
Oh, was she? I didn't see that. Did I see
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and also Andrew Linhart, our ADA coordinator, was there.
It was very crowded. A lot of people there.
Yes.
But I mean, it was interesting to hear from military leadership, and what I hope that would happen after that is that everyone's invited to the table.
Yes.
Because the first day it seemed like it was just the military talking to each other,
right?
But then of course the second day the mayors were included, different leaders on Guam were included. So I think the conversation still needs to keep happening. It doesn't stop just at one forum.
That's right, and to your point, I think it's really great that we include organizations like that support individuals with disabilities, which is the population that's most often forgotten, right?
Yes.
Including our veterans at the table.
Which is a good segue into a message from Ben Servino. So Ben Servino says, can you please announce that Accessible Van Transportation Services is currently in the process of interviewing and hiring part-time on-call veteran drivers who possess a chauffeur's license and can provide recent traffic and criminal court clearances to be hired. We were recently approved to be the vendor for the U.S. Veteran Affairs Guam Veterans Transportation Services and are in need of qualified drivers. So they can either text or call him at 671-898-9695. You can email him at avtsguam@gmail.com. So they got the contract for transportation with the CBOC. Yes.
So here's a trivial thing for you. Guess where Ben Servino exactly? You see, the director of DISIT.
Yes.
You see, so
Ben,
over the
are you
generations.
listening?
Yep. Thank you,
I'm
Ben.
pretty sure he's listening. And then let me just finish the comments online before we get started again. I'm telling you, there's so much to talk about. We won't be able to get to everything. And then we have Angelo Villanueva. Good evening, HMI.
What's up, Angelo?
And then John Mendiola. Good evening, HMI. Rosalind Cruz.
Oh.
Happy birthday, Karina, and to your sister also. Oh, thank you. Richard Rossetti, Hafide HMI.
Hey.
Happy birthday, Karina. Cheers to you. Thank you, Richard. All right. So the question I wanted to ask before we went to break was, this is a veteran radio show, and of course we invite you to our symposium. So I know you can't share names, but do you know of many veterans that are using your programs?
We don't actually have a number of veterans because historically, disabilities, our view, for the longest time is that, disabilities doesn't discriminate.
Right.
So we don't use the association as a veteran as a qualifier for any of our programs. However, the great news is that at your last symposium, while I was up there doing my 3-hour speech, a gentleman in the end would say, said, hey, you think you guys can modify, so you can start tracking? And I committed on that microphone that we would do it. And sure enough, that same day, Vivian
did it.
All right.
So we are beginning to track that, and we are actually going back to a lot of our client base to try to, as part of the conversation as we visit them, to say, do you have any affiliation with the veterans? Because I do believe, everything is in data. Yeah. And, I'm glad that we've been able to participate in the symposiums because we are also learning.
Oh, yeah. And we're happy to have you guys. When we first started this whole symposium thing, right, we weren't sure who the people are that should be coming out, right? And we wanted to get a place where the veterans can come. And then, it just started spreading like wildfire, right? These guys are here. GSAT is here. Social Security. You folks now are there. And the questions that the veterans are asking, right, there's nowhere else where they can go to get this type of information. So you guys doing what you do is great. And, you're a GovGuam entity, right? And
that's correct.
Look at the stuff that you guys can do. And most especially for our veterans, right? They sometimes don't have a place to go. That's right. So that's why you guys
we will be the pillars.
Yes, and that is so nice. And, it's really great to have that. And, a lot of times when veterans look for places, right, it's always like, well, we can help you if, and maybe, and we don't always take care of these types. And the veterans are like, why? Who can help me, right? So this is a good start for what we're doing.
So after that first symposium, I have to share this with your listening audience, right? That I went up there and I made the presentation and I said, we're also the center that provides durable medical equipment, right? Wheelchairs and handbars. The day after that symposium, like the next day, we had a line of veteran families out there. It's like I couldn't even park. I'm like, oh my gosh, my parking is gone. Oh my goodness, I had to park like the mayor's council, right? I probably got a ticket for my illegal parking. But it was really fantastic, and it was just really great to be able to provide that support.
And even just for them to feel that, right? Like, hey, I can go here, right? It's
totally.
It's no more this, hey, there's a block, there's a wall, no, you can't, only these people, right?
That's right.
You guys are there for them, and we got to keep building it, because we might not have all the answers, but we got to find a way to take care of them. So,
correct.
Go ahead.
This is Willie again. So I would definitely be remiss if I didn't mention a set of services on the DVR side that we're also required under the federal grant program to provide. And it's called PREETS. Pre-employment transition services.
Oh, okay.
Because I mentioned earlier children.
Right.
So children between the ages in school, between the ages, and this is all schools.
Right.
Public, private, DOD, charter.
Right.
So children between the ages of 14 and 21, we're required to provide them 5 PREETS, types of PREETS. And those 5 are, hold on, let me bring that up. Job exploration counseling.
Okay.
Work-based learning experiences. Counseling on post-secondary opportunities, post-secondary education. Workplace readiness training, and self-advocacy training. So we're required to, now we're not, the student may not want all those 5.
Right.
Through informed choice and also involving the family, they get to decide which of those 5 they may be ready, if they're ready at all, to receive. So 15% of our federal grant has to be reserved for us to in providing those services. So, and then if the children decide they want to go on, they're in the program and they decide to go on beyond high school, we are required to continue to provide services to them, whatever that service may be to, again, it's related to eventually them getting a job.
Okay.
So they may decide they want to go to college to get a specific job.
Okay.
Eventually they may decide to go for a master's degree.
Oh, wow.
We continue to fund that.
Oh, wow. That is pretty good.
And so, yeah.
So where can people find you, and what is your phone number, email?
So you can contact us at 671-475-4624. We are located at 138 Marine Corps Drive. Where's that? Go to Mescla, look at the front door of Mescla, and look to your left. We occupy 5 of the suites there. Come on in and just say you need some assistance, and we'll be right there.
So if all things are going to be the same as the last symposium, you're going to have a line of veterans out there tomorrow, so get ready.
For employment services and everything.
And again, regarding the pre-eds, these are for students with disabilities that have some form, it's a form of impediment to employment that we're going to help them overcome.
Okay.
And I just wanted to add that we also facilitate the DSAT training, the disability sensitivity and awareness training.
Oh, okay.
So for that will be available for all the government agencies and non-organizations.
Nonprofit organizations too?
Right.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, you mentioned ADA earlier, right? So we have an ADA coordinator, Andrew Linhart, and he can help on any ADA inquiries, workplace.
Was he the one at the symposium?
He was.
Oh, yes.
That's right.
All right.
Well, it was great having you guys on. The show is almost over.
Yeah.
But I did want to talk about one thing before we ended, and then you wanted to end the show with your saying. So I got 2 phone calls from 2 different senators today asking if, we got to see the draft bill from Senator Sabrina Salas Mansanani. And yes, we were sent the draft bill. Thank you for both of the senators for making sure that we saw it. And we're going to read it, and we'll talk about it maybe on the next show. So I just wanted to say thank you to the senators that reached out to us and made sure that we were involved and part of reviewing this draft bill.
Great.
And did you want to add anything else?
Well, we want to say thank you to our guests here. We really appreciate it. We'll see you again soon. Whenever you guys want to come back, you're welcome to come. Good things are coming.
Yes.
And if you're not part of the solution, you are part of the problem. All right.
Thanks for having us, and happy birthday, Karina.
Oh, thank you.
birthday.
Auntie Bobby, I see your messages. Thank you, Auntie Bobby. She said happy birthday, Karina.
All right.
Thank you. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, Jose.
The Point is KUSG, Hagåtña, Guam, 93.3 FM and 104.3 HD3.
A big gathering this week in New York City. I'm Ted Lindner, Fox News. World leaders gathering in New York City for the UN General Assembly. Fox's Ashley Strohmeyer with a preview.
Tensions are running high going into this week's UN General Assembly. This after Britain, Canada, Australia, and Portugal officially recognized Palestine as a state. The move comes amid their frustration with the ongoing war in Gaza. They hope it will promote peace and a 2-state solution between Israel and the Palestinian people. Several other U.S. allies are set to follow suit, marking a significant shift in foreign policy. The move is largely seen as symbolic and one the U.S. does not support. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is blasting the decision, calling it a prize for Hamas.